Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Master RKO, and today we're back in the Division giving you 5 things you may not know about the Division, or some tips that will be giving you that extra edge that you need to get ahead in this game. Now, if some of you have been overly into this game and going through and getting them levels and getting into the Dark Zone like I have, some of these things you may know, but some things you may not know. Now, this is the first one right here, actually, and that is there are civilians in need.
Hey.
And if you give them stuff, they can actually drop you some pretty decent loot. Sometimes
You just
it's
gave me a
crappy,
reason not to
like
give up.
this. That's a flex backpack. I don't need it, but I'll keep it anyway, just because she was nice and gave it to me. But that's a good way to get some apparel, some jackets, and get your good look on, because hey, the world may be ending, but at least you'll look fabulous. So anyways, here's another thing that you should know, and it's actually going to go with your base of operations. Now, the base of operations has a lot of stuff in it that I could literally cover for days. But the main one is going to be how to get high-end weapon very, very quickly. Now, high-end weapons are very tough to get. Let's be honest. Unless you're in the Dark Zone 24/7 and you're level 30, rank 50, the chances of you getting high-end equipment beforehand just by drops or by luck are almost slim to none unless you know how to get it. So this is going to be a huge tip for you. Now, in the game you can adjust your wings and do them how you want, but if you're looking for the high-end equipment or very good stuff, this is going to be how you get them. Especially if you're level 30, you want to go to your tech wing,
having the garden secure,
and you're going to want to max this out as
fast
fast as possible. This is one of the ones that I love, but if you go through do all these, eventually you will get the advanced weaponry. I guess that's what most of them call, but you get them when you max everything out. I mean, absolutely everything. You go through and get all this stuff. Eventually you'll get this guy, and this guy's a special gear vendor. Go to him,
I got it.
and he will have high-end weapons, purple specialist weapons of high-end gear. The main thing is these blueprints. He will have high-end blueprints that you can buy with Phoenix credits instead of Dark Zone credits. And with the whole daily thing, which we will get to later, this is something that you're going to need. Now, you can get like firearms, backpacks, you can get like towards your play style and get equipment towards that and get blueprints for it. You can get gear, tools, attachments, stuff like that. I actually have
I'll be here if you change your mind.
vector. My stats aren't the best, but I have a vector that shows this one of the best. It's a 10-point K damage vector. That's a 24.5 crit chance, and I got that from a blueprint
Take a look.
from this guy. Did a couple dailies and got everything
You
done.
saved a whole lot of folks
and,
at that
and
department
this whole
store.
tech wing is going to be one thing, because right next to it is going to be the recalibration area, and this is awesome. Now, if you've ever played RPGs or MMOs, you know that getting those best stats, even the tiniest tweak, can get you ahead of everybody else. And this is one area. You can come in here, pick something that you want to redo. Like, I have 30 Phoenix credits, so if I really wanted to re-roll some stuff, maybe come over here, and instead of having that pulse crit damage, because I don't really use pulse, go into a seeker mine damage or a support station health. Maybe if I wanted some better firearms or some better electronics, I could hop into one of those and get some of that as well. But the more that you can get into, like this one has scavenging. Scavenging gives you a better
Best gear in the
chance
city. Check it
at
out.
getting better loot. So the more scavenging you have on your equipment, the better, and the better chance that you have to get that high-end drops from named enemies, or just really good weapons and gear for yourself. So that's going to be the tech wing. Another thing is going to be actually just about leveling up. Now, leveling up can be kind of difficult in this game if you're not doing it right, or if you're taking your time, that's fine. But if you really wanted to hit that level 30 mark to get into the Dark Zone, which honestly, that's the only time to really go into the Dark Zone. It's the only time it's worth it is when you're level 30. It's a hassle and it's a grind.
Talk later.
But here's a really good tip that's going to help you out, and that's going to be side missions. Now, I could hear the sighs, I could hear the grumbling side missions. I just want to play the story. I just want to get through the story. That's all I'm here for. The side missions that just get sidetracked and I get bored. Listen, I understand. I'm that kind of player too. The story mode is great, and if that's what you're doing to get all the way through the story first, that's fine. But side missions are going to help you hit that level 30 mark. You're not going to hit that level 30 mark on your own. So side missions are going to be a huge thing. Now, as you can see, I don't have any on here. I have completely done every single side mission. And these encounters and stuff don't count as side missions, so don't get fooled by that. But they will be in the same form as something like this, where they're blue, but they're going to be a bright blue, almost a sky blue. I don't really have anything here that's going to give me a type of color, but they're almost going to be the same size as like a party player on your team or something. Like, they're going to be a bright blue. It's going to say side mission. Every area has side missions. Every safe house that you go into each one, and it almost leads you to it here when you first start. But basically what you'll do is every single safe house you go into, which that's another thing, always go to the safe houses, but every safe house you go into is going to be not only a specialist person who's going to be lit up with blue over top of them, but there's also going to be a little map like this. And you'll go up to each one, and they'll give you a bunch of side missions, and they'll give you like encounters and stuff. Every single, you'll get about 4 side missions per area, maybe 5. Usually they involve a hostage rescue, a bounty, killing a named target, some supply areas, and it's the same thing pretty much every time. When you complete each and every one of those, you'll come back to the same person, and they'll give you not only a bunch of XP, usually you'll get triple the XP you get for just discovering the area, but you'll also get some blueprints and stuff, which can help. There's a blueprint in here that I got that really helped me out, as you can see, which we'll get to this one in a bit. But I got a blueprint for this. It's a magazine. It's a heavy spring magazine. Gives a rate of fire and stuff. But I also got this extended magazine, which gives me magazine size and stuff, which is always great. The more bullets, the better. And then from there, I ended up getting one that had rate of fire and some magazine size. That's the reason I have 876 bullets in reserve. But that'll give you some more gear you can get. I know the Damascus is one of the things that you can get. It's a high-end pistol. But that's just a way that you can really get leveled up fast. You get a lot of XP from completing those, and the more that you do, the higher up you'll get to. So far we've been through 3. We've had the people outside to get gear. We've had the tech wing, and we've had the side missions. This next one is going to be kind of interesting, kind of not, but we're going to the security wing. Now, there's a couple things here. The first one obviously is just leveling stuff up. There's one that really helps you out, and that's actually going to be the K9 unit. Now, the K9 unit will give you a perk, and when you get that perk, you will have all side missions and encounters and named zones revealed on the map. Now, that perk really helps with the last thing that we just said, because if you're not having that perk, you're not going to be able to find all your side missions stuff sometimes, or sometimes you might miss something, and that's going to hurt you in the long run. With that being said, you got, of course, this Dark Zone vendor who has stuff, but you gotta be level 30 to get anything in there, and most of the time it's not useful. Huh? But the scavenge crate is actually pretty good. Most of the time you'll get like apparel, jackets, boots, hats, but sometimes you'll get stuff that you'll get something useful. I've gotten a couple things that are useful, but the biggest thing in here is something that you also get, and it's the appearance vendor. Now everybody wants jackets, hats, stuff like that, skins for their guns. This is the easiest way to get them. Once a day, they will reset. You get a full set of stuff. They will have one weapon skin. They will have at least one hat. They will have a jacket and or shirt. They'll have usually a pair of pants and a pair of boots. And
Maybe
you can
next
just work
time.
your way up through that, and that will help you get your gear on, obviously. And last but not least is something that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you here because I am live, and the chances of it happening very soon is slim to none from where I am at. But this involves the Dark Zone. Now the Dark Zone is a place where killing people is good, but killing them fast is, you know, very recommended. So this is something that you have to pay attention to. So with that being said, there is something that most people may not even discover. That is, if you click in the right analog stick, I don't know what it is on PC, but if you do that, you get that little melee motion. Now, most people don't use this because you have bullets. Why would you want to go up and melee somebody? Why would you do jumping jacks and do little elbow motions, or I think if you do claps, there's another one. Yeah, it's like a little chicken wing. Why would you need this? Here's why. And this was the original pro tip, and the reason I call it this is because that is its nickname. Some people will yell, say it's not, it's just a melee, but you'll hear some people call it the pro tip. The reason it's called the pro tip was a long story. Maybe I'll get to that some other day. It involves the developers, but regardless. When you're in the Dark Zone, you run up to somebody, pop them, shoot them, they're dead, they're on the ground. Everyone knows that when you shoot someone in the Dark Zone, they land on the ground. If you don't, guess what? When you shoot someone in the Dark Zone and you get them to final health, they land on the ground, so people can either revive them or do whatever you want. Well, instead of running up to them, spraying them like this, and as you can see, oh, well, I gotta reload, I just wasted 36 bullets. Instead, if you run up to them, give them a little tap, they automatically die. If you run up to them and melee them, they automatically are dead. They cannot be revived in the Dark Zone. They have to respawn. That saves you time because you're not spraying them down trying to kill them that way. You're not wasting incendiary grenades, which is fun, lobbing incendiaries at people that obviously, you know, are trying to get revived. And that's the second flex pack I've gotten from somebody here, man. But it saves ammo as well. And it also saves time, because if you're in a group, if you're fighting a group of 3 and you just want to trade, instead of trying to spray them down with bullets while you're getting pelted, you can just run up, pop, and take off, and you're gone. You're just absolutely gone. So that is the final and original pro tip for the Division, and that is the 5th tip of the Division. If you want to see more tips, any kind of hints at all for this game, I've been playing this non-stop. More than likely we'll be streaming it at some point. Click that like button, leave a comment if there's anything you want to see, or if you want to get into a group. I've been, like I said, I've been playing this like crazy, probably more than I should. But if you want to hop in a group on Xbox One, hit me up with a comment. And as always, I'm Master RKO. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.